Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for a little of the streaming technical difficulties. We've got it all worked out now, and we are 0-1 after Josue put out to a little hopper there to second base, and this is swung on and a miss for strike two.
Number 11, Lucas.
Lucas, number 11. No last name on Lucas. Just Lucas.
Coach's son, Lucas Enrique.
Lucas Enrique.
Hard to say.
And that one's a wild pitch, going to be dirty for ball number one. So 1-2 the count now on Enrique, and there are two away for the Padres. And here we get back going. The 1-2 pitch, kicks, fires, and that one hit and foul. Enrique staying alive. That one looked a little bit inside from this particular presenter's perspective. However, Enrique swung on hard, and that one's a foul tip. So 1-2 remains the count, and that pitch count 1-up for Pee Wee Bravens. Here comes the kick, fires, delivery. That one outside for ball number two. So now Bravens sitting even in the count with two away for the Red Riders here at the top of the first inning. So 2-2 now, the count with two away. Here comes Bravens, kicks, fires, and that one high and inside, going to be ball three. So a full count now for Bravens. And Lucas Enrique at the plate, a tall young man for a strike. And that one's going to be strike three, and that is going to retire the side for the Flyers and send the Red Riders to the dugout to see if they can't bring their bats alive. So the Flyers don't get anybody on, and a well-hit ball by Josue to second baseman. And Netzer Ruperto was there to snag it and give a quick flip over to first base. So 1-2-3 for the Red Riders at the top of the first, and we'll see what they can't get done on offense. I was mentioning earlier, Jeremiah, about the dedication, the devotion of the dads out there on the ball field. And as we walk away from Mother's Day, which we, of course, we celebrated this last Saturday, Sunday, I trust that you spoiled the mother of your children and your own mother very well on Mother's Day.
Did some yard work.
Excellent, excellent. You know, a well-dressed man doing yard work is always a pleasure for the ladies to see.
I see you have guest announcers and everything.
We do. Skipper, thanks for checking in.
No. I love guest announcers. It's so much fun to watch the games and have guest announcers show up. And...
Not this one.
No, it is. It's so fun. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, you know, as we exit Mother's Day, we get into Father's Day. You yourself are a coach of multiple sports, lots of time out on the court and out on the field with the kids. What's one of the things you look most forward to in coaching youth sports?
It's a good question. But again, I don't like to make a big deal about my coaching prowess, but you're right. I do coach soccer and baseball and basketball and volleyball and golf. So a wide variety. The thing I look forward most is that it's hard to beat the team atmosphere and when the teammates learn to cheer each other on. It's hard to beat, isn't it?
It is. It's really great. It's always awesome to see that camaraderie, and really it's built rather quickly. You know, I mean, from the moment that they all kind of sign up together and they become part of a team, and to watch those relationships develop, and they really cross school boundaries. You know, so often all the kids from the same school hang together, and then other kids are sort of outsiders. But you know, really, I mean, in your experience, you've seen that barrier broken down?
I have. I'd say one of my greatest coaching achievements is probably when I coached your daughter. That was no easy task.
No, it certainly was not. I mean, every now and again you have the space cadet, right?
But we got her to perform at a high level.
We did. We certainly did. You know, you got her to actually break a run, which is no small feat, from what I am to understand. I haven't been able to replicate that particular breakthrough myself.
No,
so
we'll bring her over.
It is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
All right, so Jeremiah, talk to us. For the kids you know around there on the position players, let us know who is where out there in that field for the Flyers today.
That's a good question. You got Nico on the hill.
Nico throwing on the dish. Looks like Josue behind the plate.
Could be Josue, yeah. That'd be my guess.
How about over there, starting over at third base, number 2? Who's that young man?
Eric, I think.
Eric, very good. And next to him at shortstop? Kenson, and then over there at second base.
Beckett at second.
Beckett at number 2. Lucas at first base.
For some reason, it looks like they hid Adam Heath deep in left center.
Well, you know, all the major power hitters oftentimes play the outfield. You got to keep them relaxed, keep them in the game so that they can get up there and just crush that ball. It is going to lead us off today, and Wyatt has been a great and consistent hitter, although sometimes gets a little frustrated with where that ball gets placed. He's got a tiny strike zone, or maybe just back to the pitcher, so that's fine. And as we watch Wyatt warm up there over in the first base side, the throw down from Josue and the call for all balls in, we are going to get ready to go here. Bottom of the first inning. This is going to be 0-0 still. The Red Riders' first attempts up at the bat. So Wyatt Arntz is going to start it off as a cheer comes out of the Red Riders' dugout. Here comes a kick, fire, the 1-1. Oh, and a foul tip, and that one well over the scorekeeper's box. Wyatt Arntz ready to go on that swing. But a foul ball is going to get him behind in the count, 0-1 now. And here comes the second delivery from Nico. Winds up, kicks, fires, the delivery, and that one high and inside, going to be ball one. So 1-1 now, the count to Wyatt Arntz. And here it comes, the next delivery. That one down and dirty before the plate. That is going to be ball two. So 2-1 now, the count. A little bit of a zoomed-in view here now on Wyatt, and let's see what we can get done. Here comes the kick, the delivery, and that one high. 3-1 now the count, so 3 balls and 1 strike to Wyatt Arntz. He is staying alive in there. And Nico a little bit behind in the count. See if he can't settle down and get that one delivered. Here comes the kick, fire, the delivery. That one high and inside. That's going to bring up ball 4. So now 4 balls and 1 strike. And that's going to bring up Coach John Blondin for Wyatt Arntz today. Coach Blondin doing a great job for us out there on the hill when those 4-ball pitches come from our kid pitcher. Nico doing a great job. A lot of smoke on that ball. Just needs to find his way down the middle of the path. So Blondin's going to come up. It's going to give Wyatt 2 to swing at and 3 to take a peek at. So let's just see what we get done here. Wyatt doesn't like that first one. He's going to wait on it. Nice patient hitter, Wyatt. His dad, Chris Arntz, also a collegiate baseball player. Here comes the second one. Wyatt swung on and a miss. That's going to be strike 2. So putting Wyatt in a position where he's either got to swing on it or he's going to take a look. This is the last offering from Blondin. See if he can't spark the offense off to something good for the Riders. Wyatt sounds like it tipped it, and coaches are calling it. And that one's a foul tip, so that's going to keep Arntz alive. Just barely nicked that one, and these ones are coming in a little high for Wyatt. Likes that one, drives it out into the middle of the field, and it's going to drop early. Kenson's going to grab it, but the throw not in time to first base. And that's going to put Wyatt Arntz standing strong. And Kenson had to bail out on his hat, grab that ball barehanded in the shortstop position, faded over to the third base side, and a single for big Wyatt Arntz to start off the bottom of the first inning. That's going to bring up our pitcher, Peyton Bravens. So Peyton Bravens for the Red Riders now taking the field. Number 16, and let's just see what happens. Nico's finding his way. Here comes the 0-0 and delivered. And Peyton Bravens strikes a nice one down to the third baseline, and that's going to be fielded, but then brought up short, and Pee Wee going to be now standing on first base. So that first offering from Nico, Bravens liked to look at it, drove it right down the third base line, and a little hesitation over there caused that one to get paused up. So the runners are safe at first and second base. Wyatt Arntz standing on second, and that's going to bring up big Brandon Hirsch, number 55 for the Riders. Here comes the 0 delivery, and that one swung on but drives foul over the first base side. Brandon Hirsch fired up and excited for that pitch, so it's going to be 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 delivery from Nico. Hirsch steps away and drives that one out into the middle of the field. And ladies and gentlemen, that looks like it might just bring Peyton Bravens home, and it does. And Brandon Hirsch is sitting on a stand-up double, and then... Little bit of confusion at the plate. It sounds like the ball may have made its way into the infield there. Pee Wee Bravens trying to push that run just a little bit. And the Red Riders catch a break there. One comes across. Wyatt scores from second base, and Brandon Hirsch with a monster hit and a stand-up double. So the Red Riders now with none away, 1 runner across, and 2 on the base in scoring position. That's going to bring up big Levi Ruperto. The left-hander, let's see if the Flyers show him the shift. They don't do it, and here comes the delivery, and Ruperto likes it and drives it down that right field line into the awaiting parked cars. If your car alarm goes off, that's going to be why it's foul ball, or excuse me, Levi's foul ball. Oh and 1 now the delivery, and that one right down the middle, and that's going to be strike 2. So 0 and 2 now on Ruperto after an exciting little set here for the Red Riders. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Winds up, kicks, fires. That one struck nicely down the first base line, and that one fielded by Lucas Enrique, but it is not going to save the run. So a sacrifice grounder for Levi Ruperto, and another runner comes across. So we are looking now at 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning, and that's going to bring up number 4, Jaden Blondin. So Jaden swings on it on a high cut and a miss for strike number 1. Brandon Hirsch now standing over on third base, runners in scoring position. So 1 away on a sacrifice infield grounder. Here comes the delivery to Blondin. That one dirty and outside for ball 1. 1 and 1 now the count. So Blondin settling in. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Kicks, fires. That one inside. Blondin sent to the dirt. That's going to be ball number 2. So 2 and 1 now the count. 1 away for the Red Riders with 2 across the plate. Kicks, fires, the delivery. That one just a little bit high as well. So now we're looking at 3 and 1. So 3 and 1 the count now for Nico out there on the mound. See if he can't battle it back. That one outside and dirty. That's going to bring up Coach John Blondin. So 4 balls. And John Blondin's going to have the opportunity. And this is actually Coach's son here at the mound. Lots of time in the backyard. Coach Blondin's got 2 very athletic boys, most likely due to his incredible wife, Annette, who was a track and field star in college. So Jaden's got 2 to look at here. Likes that first one, swung on and a miss. That's going to be strike 2. So he's got 2 more to see and 1 more to swing on. And 1 away for the Riders. Here comes the delivery. Blondin likes it with a chopper. That one goes foul, and he stays alive there at the plate. So here it is. All the marbles. Got to swing. Got to take it. Jaden likes it and drives it right down to the shortstop. And Kenson is going to grab it and gets the throw at first base. And 1 runner across. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be 3-0 for the Red Riders. And Jaden Blondin out at first base on a well-thrown ball from the shortstop. Score that one 6-3. Here comes number 22, Sawyer Rhodes, who's got 2 outs in front of him and no runners on, so a clear base path. Sawyer is first year in baseball, a multi-sport athlete himself. That one swung on and a miss for strike number 1. A lot like you, Jeremiah, multi-talented, lots of different sports out there. Did I hear you say you coach golf as well?
Well, coaching might be the wrong term.
That one delivered right across the middle, and that's going to be a called strike. So 2 strikes now, 0-2 to Sawyer Rhodes.
I was a 4-sport athlete in high school. They don't even make those anymore. It's actually illegal to do that.
This is true. It was a better time. It was a better time.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
0-2 now the count with 2 away to Sawyer Rhodes. Here comes the kick. Fires. That one a little bit inside, and that's going to bring up ball number 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Sawyer Rhodes. 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning.
What kind of high school ball did you play?
I played water polo, actually.
Oh,
I was an in-water guy, so certainly a non-traditional sport, but good nonetheless. Here comes the delivery, and that one foul tipped, and Rhodes stays alive. That one going high over the fences. And a good thing that the good folks here at Sweetwater Valley Little League put in that net above all the fans. Otherwise, we'd have a lot more injuries. 1 and 2, and that one so far inside, it was outside. That's going to be ball number 2. So now 2 and 2 the count on Nico. Looking for that game ball to come back.
Parents, we're doing hamburgers and cheeseburgers and hot dogs on the grill today. The 2 cheeseburgers are ready.
So here comes the 2-2 delivery to Rhodes. That one swung on and a miss, and that is going to be strike 3. Not a problem there. Sawyer couldn't get away from that one. A good pitch. And that is going to swap us out. So that is going to conclude the first inning there. And it looks like the Red Riders jump out on top 3-0 with some well-struck balls. Pee Wee Bravens hitting very nicely. Wyatt Arntz also getting the opportunity to be on the bag. And then Brandon Hirsch driving home 1 run. And then Jaden Blondin with another sacrifice and driving home the other couple. So great job on behalf of the Red Riders today. And that's a great way to start the inning. And we're going to get ready to rock and roll here in the top of 2.
You sit down, relax. You got it.
We're good. 3-0 right now.
Yes, yes.
So Peyton Braven's going to be back out on the mound. Remember, we've got a 50-count pitch count for these young gentlemen and ladies. A 4-sport athlete. So what'd you play? Let me guess. Basketball?
Correct.
Baseball?
Correct.
Soccer?
Negative.
Negative. Did you play football?
I did.
Okay. And what was the 4th?
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yeah,
I should have known that with the height. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you saw me play today, though, you wouldn't believe it.
Well, I much imagine that that your skill set is much like Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer out on the beach volleyball court.
I prefer shorts over jeans.
Understood.
Other than that,
Understood.
similar.
The equipment, certainly the equipment selection in any sport
be
is
different.
quite critical.
Yeah, indeed. But give us some insight on the mindset of a water polo athlete. What is that?
You know, it's a little bit of a different sport, a little bit of a cross between basketball and soccer all at the same time. It's a sport where you're constantly playing both directions, both defense and offense, much like basketball.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the activity and a lot of the action happens on fouls. Actually, there are more fouls called in the game of water polo than most games, and when a foul is called, that's kind of when motion starts to happen. Other than that, I would most likely relate it to hockey under the water, where there is a lot of physical contact that's not seen above the surface. Obviously, always played in a 8-foot deep to 13-foot deep pool, so you're treading water constantly. But one of the oldest team sports in the Olympics is a small fact most people don't know. But a great sport, creates great physical athletes, and it was a real pleasure. I played opportunity in high school, and then I went on to college and played for the University of Colorado. I had the pleasure of coaching both the men's and the women's teams at the University of Colorado, and traveling around the country a little bit playing ball all over. So very much a West Coast dominated sport, though. We have more sunshine and more swimming pools, I think, than most other locations. So we are back underway here at the top of 2, and this first one into Kinson is going to be high and inside, ball 1.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Are you sitting here?
No, I never do. No, I hang out with my homegirls.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
So 1-0 now the count. That one swung on and driven hard, but a foul ball down the third base line. So 1-1 now the count to Kenson. Here comes the delivery. That one drove it away also hard right over to the third base side. So Kenson threatening, but 2 strikes and 1 ball on him. And it certainly doesn't seem to matter where that ball is located for Kenson to swing. Here comes the 1-2 delivery, and that one outside for ball number 2. So 2-2 now to count to Kenson. That one a little dirty. I'm being updated by the audience, the crowd over at the Red Riders. Now the count 2-2 apparently. So I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. I'm certainly no four-sport athlete.
Not too many out there.
2-2 now. Here comes the windup. Peyton Braven's trying to find his groove here a little bit. Here comes the 2-2, wound up, and the delivery. Swung on, and that one driven out and to the left. 2-2 as Kenson stays alive there at the plate. Here comes the delivery and the fire. And that one struck hard down the third base line. But it looks like they are going to call that a fair ball. So that one bounced off the bag and a fair ball. And Rhodes is going to hold him up there at shortstop. So Kenson gets a stand-up double on a ball that ripped down the third baseline, smashed the bag, and then went out foul. Andrew Cisneros trying to figure out which direction that one was going, but the called ball was fair. So a leadoff double for the Flyers. And that's going to bring up Big Beckett. Here comes the 0-0. That one delivered outside, and it looks like Kenson's going to try to steal. And Brandon Hirsch with a great throw on that steal. And I'm here to tell you, 1 second earlier, and Kenson would have been caught dead to rights. That ball had him beat down to third base. Cisneros just didn't quite sweep down. So a well-done throw by Brandon Hirsch behind the dish, and a great catch by Cisneros on third. So now 2-0. 2-0 the count to Beckett. Here comes the delivery. Right down the middle, and there's a strike. So 2-1 now the count. Two and one, none away here at the top of the second inning. And here comes the windup and the delivery. That one high and inside, and no threat from Kenson there on third base. These players can't steal home. So 3 balls and 1 strike now to Beckett. That one right down the middle for strike number 2. So now 3-2 the count. And that's going to look full. So Beckett's got to put something together here. If Peyton delivers him something nice, and here comes the delivery. And that one slightly outside. Again, Coach Braven's being very fair with his calls. That's going to bring up Coach Eric, the big hurler.
Yeah, good player, good man. Still in great shape, as you can see.
And that one swung on and a miss, and that one's going to send Beckett down on a strikeout, and that's going to be 1 away now for the Flyers. And that is going to bring up, is that Nico coming up to the plate?
It is.
Certainly, Coach Eric's doing a nice job out there. I know, Jeremiah, you did a fantastic job out there on the mound hurling to the kids. Question, I guess, to you is, have you ever hit one of the kids in the middle of the game?
Yes, usually my children.
Very good. That's a good way to make them pay attention.
Send a message.
Well, there's 1 away. Here comes the first delivery. That one inside, and Nico dancing up and in. That one's going to be ball 1. So 1-0 now, the count. And the delivery. That one called down the middle and a strike. I think Nico thought that one might have been coming inside a little bit, but it certainly hung on to that inside corner. And 1-1 now the count with 1 away. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. That one dirty and bounced well before the plate for ball number 2. So now 2-1. With 1 away and a runner on third base. Here's the delivery. Inside, and that's going to be ball number 3. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. Kicks, fires. That one in there for strike number 2. Started out a little high and then sort of fell right down there at the bottom of the plate, but it was nice and centered.
What happened to those generous calls you were talking about?
Not generous, just accurate, Jeremiah. That one bounces before the plate and the call, ball 4. Ball 4. Let's have no hate from the opposing
No, I
team.
know Coach Chris. I've been around.
He's strong.
He's always
he's strong.
around.
You know, the volunteer calls goes either way. Full count now. Here comes the delivery to Nico, and he drives one right back up to the center. And Levi Ruperto just not able to grab it, and that's going to go out into right center. And here comes Callan Bell firing it in to Peyton Bravens, and that's going to hold Nico on first base, but not enough. Kenson comes in from third and a score, so the Flyers on the board with 1 run. And here comes big number 10. What can you tell us about number 10?
Not a lot. Pretty quiet dude. His name's Adam Heath.
I understand he's a good kid, a leader both in his school and his community. A great brother to his older brother and younger sister. And
Indeed.
certainly very exciting to watch. Here comes the delivery.
Good eye, Adam. Hands up, hands through.
And that one going a little bit wide, and Hirsch trying to find it, and that's going to send Nico to second base on a steal. So no chance there on the throw down to second base. So Adam Heath now looking at a 1-0 count. Here comes the delivery. Swung on a miss, and that is going to be strike number 1. Hirsch gets a wild pitch again, but fires down to third base anyway. Brandon Hirsch wants vendetta for that third base call.
Good D, Brandon. Let's go, Adam. Hands up, hands through.
So 1 away, 1 ball, 1 strike now on Adam Heath. The kick fires. That one dirty, and that's going to be ball 2. No threat from the runner Nico, who has stolen his way all the way to third base. There's a 2-1 pitch. That one low and inside, and that one's going to be ball number 3. So 3-1 looks like a count. Get that confirmed here by the skipper.
That's right. 2-2.
2-2. That one low inside. Here comes the delivery. That's why I'm not an umpire, Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's going to be 3-2. So a full count now for Heath. Bit of a stressful situation. 1 away, 1 runner on. Brandon Hirsch doing the limbo there behind the dish. Here comes the delivery. And that one called a ball. So let's talk about that calling and that fairness of said call. Shall we, Mr. Heath?
Terrible call. Should have punched him out. Adam's got to be swinging.
There it is. A nice drive right down to Sawyer Rhodes at shortstop.
He doesn't deserve that one.
Oh, and a fumble ball there at first base. And a well-struck ball by Adam Heath right to shortstop. Sawyer Rhodes was there on a stinger and fired it over there to first base, and Wyatt just couldn't quite put it in his glove. So that's going to bring another one across the plate for the Flyers. Going to be 2-3 now, and Adam Heath standing up safe at first base on a bit of a close call, getting no love from his dad.
He should be out, Clint. You and I know it.
Here comes the delivery. That one down and dirty, and Hirsch going after it, see if he can't throw Adam Heath down. Adam Heath running so fast he had to reach up and hold down his helmet. Wind resistance was just too strong. When you got wheels like that, you got to use them. So here comes the 1-0 delivery to the batter. And that one well outside, and that's going to be ball 2. And Hirsch is going to try to fire down to third base, but doesn't get him, in a great throw by Hirsch.
I can tell you and the coaching staff have been working on the throw to third. Doing a fine job, Clint.
Well, I've got nothing to do with the coaching staff. I am simply a broadcast guy, and that one delivered and getting no love from the skipper or his dad. That one's going to be ball 3. So 3-0 now, and Coach Hirsch defining that batter's box just a little bit. Skipper trying to get Pee Wee to settle down. Here comes the 3-0 delivery, and that one was a little bit high, although on number 13's got a fairly sizable strike zone there. He's a fairly tall kid. That one could have gone both ways, but the fairness, I think, of Coach Bravens, as we have seen played out now, is going to bring up the coach. And so here comes the delivery. Swung on and driven down to first base, and Wyatt Arndt is going to grab it. He's going to try to beat him, and he's got him at first base, but it doesn't save the runner. So Wyatt Arndt, with a little bit of a bobble and recovery, gets the batter out at first base, but that brings Adam Heath across the plate, and that's going to tie up the ball game, 3-3. Arguably, Adam Heath should have never been standing on third base.
I agree. It should be 3-2 riders going to the top of the third.
Here comes the delivery from Bravens. That one inside, but at the belt, and maybe a called ball one. Coach Bravens out there being a little stoic on his ball call. Going to try to talk Pee Wee down a little bit. So 1-0 now the count with 2 away. Top of the second inning, and the Flyers have battled it back, now sitting 3-3. Bravens shaking it off. Here comes the delivery. That one in there for a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike now as Bravens regains his composure and settles down. 1-1 delivery. That one low and at the knees, a called ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. Here comes the delivery. That one inside and a called ball number 3. 3-1 the count confirmed out there by Skipper Bravens. That one bounced before the plate, and that's going to be ball 4. So up comes Coach Eric to pitch. When they were handing out uniforms, Jeremiah, to the coaches, did they have anything bigger than a small for Coach Eric? Or?
They did, but he likes it tight.
Understood.
Show those muscles.
Understood. Nothing like wearing a size too small. Really define things for you.
I prefer it.
That one, foul tip, and the batter's going to stay alive. So he's got 1 swing to miss on. He's got 1 more pitch to take a look at. Let's see what he does. That one, and a chopper down to the pitcher. Bravens barehands it and fires it to Arndt. And he's going to get him. Score that one, a 1-3. Nice play down there at first base. A bare hand by Bravens off the mound, and a quick fire over to first base is going to send the Flyers down to the dugout. But a couple of strong hits and 3 runs across the plate. They're at the top of the second inning, so the Flyers battling their way back. And we are ready to get down into the bottom of 2. So Nico back out on the mound for the Flyers. Now, did all the sports that you played in high school, were they all counter-cycle? Were they all counter-season?
Yeah,
or
no,
did you ever overlap?
I didn't letter in all those, unfortunately.
Understood.
I can't claim that.
Of the 4, what was your favorite?
Oh, definitely basketball.
Basketball was the one.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. When you have a 3-point shot like me, Clint, you enjoy the game.
Well, sure.
It's an easy game.
I mean, when you're draining buckets, just,
right.
in your sleep.
That's it. You put the ball in the hoop.
Very simple game.
Easy game.
We had a trivia question at a trivia night the other day of the circumference of a basketball.
Ooh, good question.
And I believe the circumference of a basketball was something like 16 inches, and the circumference of the hoop is only 18 inches. So there is a very small, narrow margin. Maybe the circumference of the hoop's a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
but a great trivia question. Not a lot of people got it right.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I appreciated you laying out the water polo game for us.
Yeah,
what was your specialty?
I was what they refer to as a defensive Holman, or a defensive 2-meter. So much like I would assume that it would be like a point. The point position
guard
in basketball, where the person is down, he's underneath the hoop, and he's kind of dishing out the play. So I would have been what would be the point guard.
That would be actually if he's banging underneath with the big guys. He would be more of like what we call a center.
Okay,
4 or 5. Okay, yeah.
So
he's down low, banging.
That's what my position was typically, and then on the outside I played the right hand wing, or what we refer to as position number 1. So I was constantly in a defensive mode, but had to guard the goal rather effectively, so our goalie didn't have to work quite so hard. So
nice.
Yeah. Here comes the delivery. This is Max Rivera. Max Rivera fouls off that first one and down the first base line, stepping out a little bit towards third there. And Max is going to stay alive and 0-1. Yeah, water polo is a great game, both mentally and physically taxing. But man, what a great sport. 0-2, and the pitch, and there's a big drive by Rivera, and Rivera is going to be standing up safe at first base. Well struck ball down there into shallow right field, and Rivera on the bag.
Did you follow the U.S. water polo team at all?
Oh yeah, no. Of course, whenever you the ultimate culmination of a water polo athlete's I think life is the Olympics. There's no professional league, so it's something we followed quite fervently. And here comes the delivery, and Cisneros is going to swing on and a miss for strike number 1. So Andrew Cisneros, the Red Riders' third baseman, now at the plate. Rivera standing on first.
So I'm buddies with Lane Beaubien, who played on the team.
Sure.
I don't know, 2 or 3 Olympics ago.
And that one fouled off by Cisneros, and that's going to get Max Rivera to steal second, and he's going to be safe up and standing. Josue fires it down the line, but a foul tip. I don't believe Rivera can steal. So yeah, Lane Beaubien was great. Lane played for Coronado.
Coronado, yeah, grew up in Coronado.
Actually grew up on a fantastic team. Also, their goalie Janai went to the Olympics as well.
Okay.
That one delivered, swung on and a miss, and that's going to send Andrew Cisneros down with a quick 3 pitch. And that's going to bring up big Braden Gadberry. So Braden Gadberry, number 24 now, trying to spark it up here for the Red Riders. Max Rivera standing on first base. And now 1 away for the Riders here in the bottom of the second inning. Nico settles in. Here's the delivery. And that one high and inside and sending Gadberry to the ground. Rivera thought about a steal, but then thought better of it as Josue came up with that ball.
Good job, Josue.
Yeah, Lane Beaubien was a guy I played against, actually. Great player.
You played against Lane?
For one brief year in one tournament.
Yeah. That's cool.
1-2 now. Nope, never mind. That's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. The scoreboard hasn't cleared off the number there.
You probably know better than me, but Coronado has produced a lot of water polo.
Coronado's a powerhouse. They've had the same coach for many years and have always produced some great talent. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one swung on and driven, but bobbles foul there on the first baseline. So Gadberry just a little bit behind it. It looks like that one hit on the thin part of the bat, just over the hands there, and that one dribbles foul. So that is going to bring up 2 strikes and 2 balls. Gadberry sitting even in the count. Excuse me, 1-2 now, or 2-1 the count. Here comes the delivery. Gadberry likes it and goes right back to the pitcher. And up and over second base, that one going into center field. And Gadberry is standing up safe at first base, and Rivera standing up safe, but he tries to leave. Not sure what Rivera was thinking there, trying to bail out of second base when the ball was already at the pitcher. So that is going to bring up Callan Bell to the plate. Number 17, little right-hander.
What can you tell us about number 17?
Callan has really been getting a lot better in his baseball career. His throws and his fielding is looking a lot better, but a couple of early hits from pitches early on this season is really causing me a little bit of afraid. So he'll been tending to duck out of the way just a little bit, and that one is going to be ball 1. So that one's inside for ball number 1. He's trying to teach him a little bit of aggression at the plate, and his coach has been working with him very nicely. In batting practice, he looks like a stud. Here comes the 1-0 delivery, and that one swung on and a miss for strike number 1.
Good cut there. You got to be proud.
Good. Yeah, it was a good cut. Technically, his swing's looking real strong. Just like that, Callan. Let's go, buddy. Watch the bat to the ball. That one swung on and a miss. That one's going to be strike 2, but 2 strong pitches, and what I'm really proud to see is that he's not ducking anymore. He's getting over a little bit of that psychological hurt. Once the kids start pitching, things get a little bit wilder. And so we've got 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Callan. Here's the delivery. Swung on,
good
and
cut.
missed just under, and that's going to be strike 3, but a good swing.
Yeah. Lisa's up there cutting.
And that is going to bring up Anthony Fazzone. So 2 away now for the Riders and 2 ducks on the pond. Fazzone's going to step up to the plate. Fazzone fouls one off down the first baseline. Always a little bit of a challenge to get them psychologically coached back into standing in the box when they've been hit a couple of times.
You're right. That's a great accomplishment in and of itself to get back in there.
So the 0-1 pitch, here's the delivery. Fazzone swung on and a miss, and that is going to be strike number 2. And Rivera is going to try to get down and dirty.
Got him.
And he is there, safe on the bag. That's a tough transition for these young ball players, you know, when they start to move from that kind of force-out situation that they see a lot in caps and just having their foot on the bag to actually having to apply the tag. It certainly makes it a bit of a learning curve.
Look at
that one inside, so inside, it's out, and that's going to be ball number 1. So 1-2 now to count. So 1-2 and 2 away. The pitch to Fazzone, that one high and a duck ball. That's going to be ball number 2. So 2-2. I'll join you in a second. Okay. So 2-2 the count now with 2 away for the Riders here at the bottom of the second inning. That's a lot of 2s. Fazzone swung on and a miss. That's going to be strike 3. So they're going to leave 2 runners on the pond. Couldn't get any across the dish at the bottom there of the second inning, and we are going to transition and over to the Flyers. So where are you playing golf these days? Where are you coaching golf?
A couple places. The backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a fine place. And then East Lake, of course. They've got a wonderful junior golf program. Southern California Junior Golf, where you pay $50 a month, or $50 for the year, and then the kids can play for $5 for 18. It's unbelievable.
It's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Looks like the Red Riders are going to undergo a pitching change, and it looks like Wyatt Arntz is going to get warming up there on the mound. So let's bring you the differentiation in the field, and it looks like Sawyer Rhodes is going to be playing there on first base. That's going to put Pee Wee Bravens at short. Levi Ruperto remains at second base, and Andrew Cisneros still over there on third. Jaden Blondin out there in the left field, and Callan Bell over there in right. We'll see who fills in the center there, but a decent showing at the plate for the Red Riders there at the bottom of the second inning, but just couldn't quite get something put together with a couple of leadoff hits.
Now back to water polo for a minute.
Sure.
Did you get a good look from the U.S. team? Did you get a look?
No, not at all. I wasn't in the Olympic development.
Yeah.
I was about a foot too short and about 60 pounds too light.
Uh-huh.
You know, most of the guys playing out there on the Olympic team, you know, the club scene in water polo is massive. You know, and there are lots of development programs, lots of Olympic development programs, and you know, oftentimes the team, the U.S. team, is made up of a lot of the guys that go play NC2A on the West Coast. So teams like USC, UCLA, UCSD, Stanford delivers a lot of players that direction. But
well, how's the Colorado program while you were there?
It was good. You know, we played for the national championship a couple of times and got into the finals a number of times. But you know, in the collegiate club environment, it's just not. You know, you don't have the resources, the power, nor do you have the recruiting power. So we sort of dealt with whoever showed up and whoever wanted to play. We had everybody from rookies all the way to, you know, guys that had seen time in a team like USC. So, you know, but I think overall, you know, like any team sport, you know, the camaraderie, the drive to do better, to hold each other accountable was always there from word go. So, you know, it's the Olympic team is one that takes a massive effort and a massive commitment to make it to. And while it's a unique dream, you know, you go against the guys like the Hungarian national team that, you know, they actually pay players to play water polo in Hungary. They almost have a semi-professional league. And, you know, guys, you know, the Slavic countries are huge in the water polo tank. So you know, Hungary, the Ukraine, Russia, big water polo program.
How's Poland doing?
Actually doing very, very well.
My wife's Polish, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, so my kids are 50%.
Well, there you go.
Maybe I should push them to water polo.
I'm telling you, you know what? With the height, with the wingspan, it's not a bad place to go. They've got a great club program down here in San Diego. The San Diego Shores Water Polo Club puts on a development team, everything from 6 years old and older, and then once you get into the 10 and under, 11 and under, 12 and under, 13 and under, so really big club programs. San Diego Shores is a great group.
That's great.
This one, the first delivery from Arndt, and his first time out on the mound, and that one's going to be a ball, so 1-0 now the count as we get started here at the top of the third inning. Red Riders and the Flyers tied 3-3. Just about an hour of gameplay.
How about post-college ball, like adult league stuff? One of the things I've appreciated about basketball and golf is you can keep playing.
That one inside for ball number 2. Not a lot. I mean, there's a couple of masters programs. There's certainly some guys that play kind of outside of college, but not a lot of rec league. It's a fairly taxing and demanding sport.
Yeah.
That one delivered and across the plate. That's going to be strike one. So 2-1 now the count on the batter.
Did you play any after college?
A little bit, yeah. I was actually I actually got to play for Southwestern College after I got out of a 4-year university. I still had eligibility.
Oh, that's so cool.
I almost got to go play for the Jaguars. So 2-1 now the count. A little bit of an equipment pause and timeout as Levi Ruperto is tying up his shoe. Yeah, the Jaguars, we had a decent showing. Unfortunately, the team sort of fell apart before we could get really serious. But yeah, I did play a little for the Jags, but it's a lot of fun. The tournaments are fast and furious, but there are some young ball players out there in the water polo field. They're playing on a 14 and under team, and to get the experience and the exposure, they're also playing on a 16 and under team. So it's not uncommon for them to play 5, 6, 7 games a day in some of these tournaments. It's pretty impressive. So 2-1 now the count. Here comes the delivery, and Wyatt Arntz kicks and fires that one inside as well. And that's going to be ball number 3. So 3-1 now the count as Wyatt Arntz tries to settle into his pitching mode after coming off that first base position.
Well, Brother Clint, my dinner arrived, so I'm going to go hang out with my wife and have dinner. Thanks for letting me join you in the booth.
Well played, Jeremiah. Thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see you next time. That one pitched inside, and that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to bring up Coach Eric in the size small T-shirt.
I'm a Riders fan for life now.
So 3-1 now the count as Coach comes up, and this little batter's got 3 to look at, 2 to swing, and that one swung on and a miss for strike number 2. That one swung on and a miss. That one's going to be strike number 3, so that's going to send the batter down, and 1 away for the Red Riders here at the top of the third inning. And our next batter coming up to the plate. And here comes the delivery. That one in there for a strike, and strike number 1. Wyatt's got a great motion to him, and pitching all about that technique, constantly and consistently doing the same thing. It's that back leg back, kicks, holds, fires. That one in there for strike number 2. So 0-2 now the count on this particular batter. Oh, and 2 now with 1 away. Here comes the delivery. Fired. That one inside. Going to be ball number 1. So 1-2 now the count. We'll get that confirmed by the umpire. And Coach Braven's out there at the mound here in just a second, I believe. So the 1-2. Here comes the delivery from Arntz. That one high just a little bit and called ball 2. So now 2-2 the count. With 1 away here at the top of the third. Kicks, fires, and delivery swung on, a miss, and that is going to be strike number 3. So 2 away now, and the batters go down 1-2. So 3 strikes. Get a confirmation there from the coaches out on the mound, and we are going to bring up the third batter. So 2 away now at the top of the third. Here comes the delivery from Arntz. That one down the middle, and that's going to be strike number 1. Number 12 thought that was maybe a little close. He was dancing off the plate. Coaches give him a little bit info, and here comes Coach Hirsch to define that batter's box a little bit. Maybe these batters getting a little close into that ball, into that dish. So 0-1 now. Here comes the kick. Fires. That one was inside for ball number 1. So now 1-1 the count, with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Arntz practicing that good consistency. Here comes the delivery. That one right in there for strike number 2. So Wyatt coming up with some great pitches here. 1-2 the count with 2 away. Arntz ready to go, working quickly. Leg up, kicks, fires. Swung on and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 3. So that's going to send the Flyers down 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 3rd inning. And the Red Riders are going to be staring at the top of their lineup. So we should be starting off with Wyatt Arntz, number 7, coming up to bat for the Red Riders. And here we get started. The Riders with a cheer coming out of their dugout. And let's see if we've got a pitching change. And it looks like we do. It looks like Josue is going to be on the mound for the Flyers. So Josue switching positions. He was behind the dish. And now he and Nico are just going to swap. That's going to put Josue out on the pitching mound. As he gets warmed up, we'll see what he's got. Josue doing a great job there behind the dish earlier in the game. First 3 innings, he was looking strong. First 2 innings, excuse me. And let's see what he's got from the mound. Contemplates it a little bit, gets a little silly. Comes set. And the warm-up pitch. Nope. Got a nice low kick, but good velocity on the ball. Josue's got a unique warm-up. He kind of kicks that leg low, pushing that heel down in front of the mound before he drives hard off that back leg and delivers across the plate. It's got a little bit of a pause there, but those pitches are all looking very nice right down the middle.
Off the basketball practice. See, man, you know how it goes.
Always good. I'll learn more about basketball and then I'll start calling. And the throwdown lets us know that we are about ready to start play here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Red Riders and the Flyers tied 3-3 now at the bottom of the 3rd. And that's going to bring up big Wyatt Arntz. Wyatt Arntz can be our first batter for the Riders, batting right-handed. Wyatt had a nice hit in the 1st inning. Came out swinging aggressively. So here comes batter up. And we are ready to rock and roll now in the bottom of 3rd. Here are the Flyers versus the Red Riders. Here comes the windup. Slow kick, delivery. Arntz patient. That one's outside for ball number 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Josue. Fires. That one just a little bit outside and ball number 2. So 2-0 now the count. Those pitches, all Josue has to do is get him just a little tighter to the inside, and those will be strikes right down the middle. So the 2-0 count to Wyatt Arntz. Here comes the kick and the delivery. Arntz likes it and smashes it down to the 3rd baseline. That one bounces fair, and that is going to put Wyatt there running around going to 2nd base, and it's a stand-up double for Arntz, and he's going to try to push it and take a little extra, and he is safe down there at third base as the ball dribbles out of the glove. So Wyatt Arntz trying to push his luck, and that one a triple, but a dirty triple. So Wyatt Arntz with some smart base running tries to push it, and it pays off. So Wyatt Arntz with a leadoff triple, scoring position now for Peyton Bravens. Josue gets set, and the delivery. That one just outside for ball number one. A little bit high, but Peyton's got a smaller strike zone, so tough for these pitchers to dial it down. So Wyatt Arntz with a push triple. And here comes the 1-0 delivery to Bravens. Josue pauses, got a little off balance there. No balks in Little League, so here comes the kick. And the delivery. That one swung on and driven hard out there into the center, and that is going to put Peyton Bravens standing up safe at first base, and Wyatt Arntz comes across the plate.
Buena pichada, Josué. Buena pichada, papá.
So here we go with one across the plate, and that is going to be 4-1. Now 4-1, the Red Riders on top with two well-hit balls. First one, a triple from Wyatt Arntz, and that one, a well-hit single by Peyton Bravens. And that's going to bring up Brandon Hirsch, number 55. Josue comes set. Low kick. Delivers. Swung on and struck hard out there into deep center field, and that one goes over the head of the center fielder, and that is going to have Peyton Bravens coming home, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a stand-up triple for Brandon Hirsch as he gets dirty, and Peyton Bravens slides and makes it down there, and Brandon Hirsch is going to push his luck, and he rolls out and around. Umpire not sure, but Brandon Hirsch went in down there deep. Might have caught his face. We got a little bit of an injury timeout, so let's see what Brandon does. Brandon there was trying to push that overthrown ball at third base. And it looks like they're going to have him go back to third, so not an opportunity to push forward as the player had the ball in hand. But that is going to drive across another run. So Peyton Bravens then comes in and takes it to 5-3 Red Riders. Brandon Hirsch with a well-shot ball right out there over the center fielder's head. And that one has him standing up at third, trying to push that ball in, and he might have come in face first, and he sort of rolled over his hand, so he might have caught Nico's leg. And it looks like the skippers are going to have a bit of a conference there out on the mound. And oftentimes here in league play and minor B, it happens where if the ball comes in sort of to the infield, it sort of arrests the play and arrests the runners where they are. And so that runner has to be beyond the midpoint in the base path. So Bravens and Coach Iriki out there going to try to see what's going on. So they're going to have a quick conversation to determine where Brandon Hirsch should be. They may make him run back from a triple down to a double. Going to see what comes up. And warming up there in the batter's box is going to be Netzer Ruperto.
Let's go. Yeah.
So a little bit of a pause timeout. We're going to kind of try to get things figured out here. We're going to see what the coaches decide. So it looks like they are going to actually call Brandon Hirsch out at third base and perhaps trying to push that one through, but a well-hit ball by Hirsch nonetheless. But they are saying maybe that the ball got there early to third base. Certainly the throw was close and in time. Umpire at the time called him safe, but let's see what he says.
Come on, let's go, baseball! You guys just...
adults and everything.
So Ruperto's staying warmed up, and Hirsch hasn't left the base path just yet. So Brandon's going to get to go back to third base. So Brandon Hirsch has now actually run the distance of 2 times around the base path after moving from the third base to home back to third. He's almost got 2 home runs. So we are back in action here, and Levi Ruperto standing strong in the batter's box. And let's see what Josue has to offer. This one delivered, and that one a little bit dirty, bouncing before the plate for ball number 1. Josue had some heat on that one, though. All he had to do was release just a little higher. And that one would have been a deadly pitch. So the Red Riders still with 1 duck on the pond and none away. Josue getting chill, calming down. Here comes his kick, low heel, and delivers. That one swung on and a miss, and strike number 1 for Ruperto. Josue's got some great velocity when he finds that plate. He has got some great stuff on the ball. Obviously, all he's got to do is calm down a little bit, and he is going to be one heck of a good little pitcher. So here we go. 1-1. That one outside for ball number 2. Should be 2-1 now, the count. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ruperto. As the sun sets here at Sweetwater Valley. Josue. Tight, getting ready to fire. And fires to Ruperto. Ruperto swings on it, and he's going to drive it down the first base side. And Enrique bobbles it a little bit. And he is called safe at first base. And Brandon Hirsch, that time, comes across the plate legitimate. And that is going to put 3 on the board for the Riders. The Riders go up 6-3 on a well-struck ball from Ruperto. And Ruperto standing up safe on first. That's going to bring up big Jaden Blondin. So Blondin to the mound, or to the bat. That one delivered right down the middle, and that is going to be strike number 1. So Josue finding his stuff. And Jaden Blondin now sitting 0-1 in the count. Here comes the kick, low heel, delivered. Blondin, foul tip, and that's going to be strike number 1. So that's going to keep Ruperto pinned over there at first base.
Otro igual, caballito, vámonos.
Here comes the kick, fires. That one low and outside, and a called ball 2. 2-1 now, the count. Here we go, kicks, fires, and the delivery. That one called strike number 3, and Levi Ruperto is going to take the opportunity to steal second base. So Blondin goes down on that one looking, and a little bit of a high pitch. And that's going to bring up Sawyer Rhodes. So now we've got a runner on 2. Sawyer Rhodes up at the plate with 1 away here at the bottom of the third. 6-3 the score. And let's see what Rhodes can put together. Low heel, fires. Rhodes likes it and goes right back up the middle and out to second base. And Rhodes is going to be safe at first. And Levi Ruperto standing safe over there at third base. So a well-hit ball. And Rhodes liked that first one that he saw right back at the pitcher. And a little bit of a bumble there from Kinson. And we've got runners on the corners for Big Max Rivera. So 1 away here in the bottom of the third inning, and Max Rivera at the plate. That one outside, going to be ball number 1.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's 2 innings. Yeah, I just want to make sure. No. Yeah, I just want to make sure because I thought he had gone over. I'm not trying to complain about Cal first. Yeah.
So here comes the 1-0 pitch to Rivera. Swung on and driven hard right back to Josue. Josue makes the play easy to Lucas Ariki at first, and the run across comes home. Some smart base running there on a one-out situation, and that's going to make it 7-3 Red Riders. So 2 away now. And Rhodes standing over there, a sacrifice grounder is going to take us to a runner in second position. So 2 away now. Jaden Blondin went down on strikes, and that one, well hit ball, and Rivera gets thrown out at first base. Josue kicks, fires, and delivers to Cisneros, and that one high for ball number 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Josue, balanced, fires. That one bounces before the plate and is going to be ball number 2. Sawyer Rhodes threatening there at second base, taking a few step lead. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. Josue concentrating. Leg up, kicks, and delivers. Swung on and a miss for Cisneros. A good swing by Cisneros, and that is going to bring a 2-1 count. Andrews still ahead in the count. 2-1 with 2 away for the Riders. Here, bottom of the 3rd inning. Josue kicks, delivers. Cisneros swung on and a miss, strike number 2. And Rhodes is going to head on down to third base, and he is standing up with a safe steal down there at third. So I believe the count is 2-2 with 2 away now. Bottom of the 3rd inning, a productive inning for the Riders. Here comes, kicks, fires. Cisneros drives it down first base into the waiting arms of Lucas Ariki, and that is going to retire the Red Riders after 4 come across the plate in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So a nice job by the Riders and good run support. And the Flyers are going to head back to the dugout as we get started now in the 4th inning. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's a pitching change for the Red Riders. And here comes Sawyer Rhodes, number 22. And that first pitch a little high, and ball number 1. And that one high as well for ball number 2. So 2 balls and no strikes now as Rhodes gets heated up. And that one right down the middle and strike number 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to start out the top of the 4th inning. Red Riders on top 7-3. That one in there, strike number 2. So 2-2 now the count. And that one delivered wide and outside. Going to be ball 3. Full count now on the batter, number 6. So 2-2. Sawyer Rhodes working quickly out there on the mound. Kicks, fires. And that one high. Ball number 4. That's going to bring up Coach Eric to throw. So a quick 6 pitches for Rhodes. Batter number 6 going to have the opportunity to see the coach. He's got 1 to swing at, 3 to look at. Here comes the delivery from Coach Eric. That one inside. He doesn't like it, so that's going to be the next one coming up. Here comes the delivery. Swung on, and a chopper bouncing foul. So number 6 stays alive, and that one a foul ball. Brandon Hirsch right there to fire down to first base, not letting him get away. Hirsch doing a great job behind the plate today. That one swung on and a miss, going to be strike 3. So that's going to send the first batter down on a strikeout. And here comes Josue. Josue coming off the mound. Good concentration there at the plate. Red Riders getting the signal from the skipper to back it up a little bit. And Rhodes getting ready to deliver. Kicks, fires, swung on and hit very nicely. And then Ruperto is going to pick that one up and an easy flip to Arts for a second out. So Josue took advantage of a good pitch right down the middle, and the Red Riders put him out at first base. Score that one a 4-3. And that is going to bring up Lucas Iriki. Here comes the delivery from Rhodes, and that one inside and high for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes now, 2 away at the top of the 4th inning. Here comes the delivery from Rhodes, swung on and a miss, and that is going to be strike. So 1-1 now the count as Sawyer Rhodes battling his way back there from the mound. One and one now, 2 outs. The delivery. In the pipe down there for strike number 2. Getting a little shadow now there at home plate. I apologize for that. We'll swap out to a little more of a zoomed in view. So 1-2 now the count for Rhodes. And the delivery. That one just a little bit high and a called ball 2. So 2-2 now sitting even in the count. 2-2 with 2 away. And here comes Sawyer Rhodes. The kick, the delivery. And still a little bit high, and that's going to make it full. So a full count now, 3-2. 3-2 with 2 away, top of the 4th inning for the Flyers. Kicks, fires, that one outside, going to be ball number 4. So that's going to put the Red Riders into a defensive necessity as Coach Eric comes out to pitch to one of the Flyers' good batters. This is Lucas Iriki at the plate. So he's got 1 to swing at and 3 to look at. Here comes the delivery. Doesn't like that first one. He's going to take a look at number 2. Here comes. That one swung on into deep center field, and Blondin is under it, and that one's going to get over his head, unfortunately. Braden Gadbury there to back him up. Gadbury's going to fire in, and they're going to hold Lucas Ariki up at second base with a well-thrown ball, and Brandon Hirsch was right there to pick it up. So Lucas Ariki with a well-struck ball out into center field, and that's going to have him standing on second base as we look at 2 away now with Kinson coming up to the plate. Kinson, number 14, also a strong batter. So Sawyer Rhodes got his work cut out for him. Nothing he can't handle. And we are playing ball. Rhodes kicks, fires, delivers that one high. Inside, that's going to be ball number 1. And here comes Hirsch firing down to third base to try to catch the runner. Doesn't happen. Peyton Braven's there to back him up, and the runner standing up safe on third base. So that's going to put another runner in scoring position. Lucas Ariki with a stolen third base. And we are back to the mound now for the 1-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 2-0 now the count on Kenson, number 14. 2-0 now and 2 away. Runner on third base. Rhodes looking to settle down. Kicks, fires. That one low and outside. Ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes now on number 14. The windup and the delivery. That one inside and close to the chest. That's going to be ball number 4. So 4 straight balls. That's going to give Kinson 3 to look at. And a runner in that scoring position. So the pitch from Coach. Likes it and drives it high and foul down the third base line. So that's going to be 1 strike on Kinson. Wind up and delivered. That one driven up high out into left field, and Rivera is trying to play it off of the sun. Rivera doesn't grab it on the first try. Blondin picks it up, and he's going to try to fire down to third base, but not done, and that's an overthrown ball. So that one is going to bring 1 across with Kinson on a stand-up triple, and Max Rivera just had to fight the sun off there, blinding out in his right eye as he tried to track that ball in. So 1 more across for the Flyers, and that's going to make it 4-7. The Red Riders on top here in the top of the 4th inning, and that's going to bring up Beckett to the plate. So 2 away still for the Flyers, and Kenson standing there on third base. Little equipment failure. We're going to get a shoe tied. Skipper Braven's out there talking to this young pitcher. Here comes the delivery to Beckett. That one down the middle for strike number 1. So 0-1 the count now with 2 outs and a runner on third. Here comes the delivery from Rhodes. That one high, ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Here comes the delivery. In there, strike number 2. So Sawyer Rhodes now ahead in the count, looking to try to battle his way out of the inning with only 1 across. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one outside, ball number 2. So Rhodes now sitting even in the count. Kicks, fires. That one, Braven's calling high for ball number 3. So 3-2 now in a full count situation. Stressful spot to be for Sawyer Rhodes. So 3-2, the delivery. Bit of a pause. Kicks, fires. That one too high and a called ball 4. So Beckett's going to have a chance to see the coach. He's only got 1 swing to make and 3 to look at.
You ready, Andrew?
So let's see what Beckett can put together. Kenson Johnson, the runner on third base, looking to try to make it a 5-7 ball game. Beckett doesn't like that first one. He's going to take a look at another. Here comes the next one. Beckett doesn't like that one either. He's got a swing, must-swing situation. Hasn't fouled any off, so he's got to do something to stay alive here. The coach only with 3 pitches to offer. So Beckett's got a swing. Here comes the delivery. Does it, hammers it down the third base line, and that one picked up by Peyton Ravens, and Ravens all the way across the pond over to first base, and an overthrown ball there, and that is going to drive Beckett to second base, and Wyatt Arntz gets it under control and looks away. So that one got away from Andrew Cisneros, and Peyton Ravens was able to back him up, but that is going to put Beckett standing on second base, and that one drove across Kenson Johnson off of third, and it is a 5-7 ball game, 5-7, and now Nico comes up to the plate. So the Red Riders sitting in a 2-out situation for quite a while. Looks like Hirsch is going to head out and talk to his pitcher. Giving him a vote of confidence, a good, strong team ethic here on the Red Riders. So 0-0, and let's see what Rhodes has to offer. And that one coming across the plate. Strike, and in there, number 1. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. That one high, inside, going to be ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Nico. 1-1, 2 away. Runner on second base. And yet another little equipment timeout here as Arntz at first base needs to get down there and tie his shoes. So we've got a 1-1 count for Rhodes here in the top of the 4th inning, and 2 away for the Red Riders. Still on top 7-5. And we are back in action. Here comes the delivery from Rhodes. Inside, ball number 2. So 2-1 now the count. Rhodes quick back to the mound and a quick worker. Here comes no one. That one down the middle, and that's strike number 2. So 2-2 now the count with 2 away as Rhodes looks to battle his way out of the inning. So 2-2 with a runner on second base. Here comes the kick, fires. That one high, ball number 3. So a full count situation again, 3-2. As the shadows get longer here in Bonita. The delivery. That one low and inside for ball number 4. So that's going to bring up Coach Eric again. A tough lighting condition for the young men out in outfield. They're kind of staring directly west out into that sun with a slight quartering into their eye line. Here comes the delivery. Swung on and driven into center field, and Jaden Blondin is there on his knees to try to pick that one up. He's going to try to fire that one home, but that is going to put Nico safe at first base. And it looks like coaches are calling that one was not quite a homer. That ball certainly made it into the infield, so it looks like they're going to call Beckett back to third base. And this is the same situation that we found the call on Hirsch in. Runner had to be beyond the halfway point in the base path, and now the coaches are going to have a discussion. So that's going to put Beckett back at 3, and the Red Riders were in this same situation, the same position last time we had the inning. So Beckett's going to be standing back there at 3. He wasn't quite all the way around that base path. Coach is simply looking to make it a fair game. So again now 5-7, and runners on the corners for the Flyers. And that's going to bring up Adam Heath, number 10. So still 2 away now in the top of the 4th inning. And Sawyer Rhodes looking to battle his way out. Here comes the delivery. That one high inside and going to be ball number 1. Nico looking to try to make a run for it to second base, but that's not going to happen. Brandon Hirsch, like a vacuum cleaner behind the plate. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on and a miss for strike number 1. So 1-1 now the count as Rhodes looks to try to into this fourth inning. Runners on the corners for the Flyers. Here comes the delivery. That one down there, strike number 2. So 1-2 now the count on Heath. Top of 4. Rhodes, a quick worker on the mound again. Here comes the delivery. That one might have caught the outside corner, but a called ball. So 2-2 now the count with 2 away. Here comes the delivery. That one swung on and a miss, and that's going to do it for the Flyers in the top of the 4th inning. Sawyer Rhodes brings up the last batter, and the Riders heading into the dugout. We've got about an hour and 35 minutes of gameplay, and I'm joined by Jerry Ramirez, who is the division director for Minor B. So, Jerry, talk to me a little bit. We are sitting now about an hour and 35. What's the time call for the start of the 5th inning? Are we going to be able to get one in, or is that going to be it at the bottom of the 4th?
Well, typically the time call is hour 45. However, really it is up to the managers if they would like to continue to play or not. Ultimately, that's kind of one of the beauties of the developmental league is that many of the rules, frankly, are kind of negotiated at the beginning of the game, such as how many pitchers are going to be coach pitch, such as various rules regarding stealing. Etc. So that's really one of the things because some teams match up really, really well. And frankly, at this age, 7 and 8 year olds, sometimes they don't. So the nice thing is it's really up to the managers.
It's a great, great opportunity for the coaches and managers to get together. I know certainly in this game there's been a little bit of debate and dispute about that whole runner halfway down the base path when the ball makes it to the infield and whether or not that play is cut short or whether or not that runner has the opportunity to run. It's happened once on the Red Riders side, and to the favor of the Flyers, runner was sent back to the base. And just now in the top of the 4th inning, we saw that again, but it looks like coaches were able to work something out amicably, and that held the runner again, so a similar call. And speaking of mismatched, number 14, Kenson Johnson, now taking the mound, certainly the closer for the Flyers. He's a heck of a pitcher. He's got great motion on the ball, really good speed. So we'll see how the Red Riders fare as we get into the sort of the bottom of their batting order.
Well, as you mentioned about the base path, it's a difficult call. The managers are the people that call it. And I think one of the beauties of Little League is to teach integrity. And when you see your managers calling them fairly, it teaches the kids, you know what, we need to play fair. And, at the end of the day, everybody needs to remember we are dads. We're not the perfect umpires out there. However, what we strive to do is provide an exceptional Little League experience.
And I would certainly say that you do. Sweetwater Valley does it better than most. We have a great opportunity to have some great fields. And thanks to you guys, all the league directors, as well as the executive board, I know making rule committees and decisions that face us on a daily basis makes the league an excellent one to play in. You guys host great tournaments. So just as a parent and as a broadcaster, certainly thanks for all your guys' hard work and what you do in sacrificing your time to make sure the league runs well and that the draft process is fair and certainly provides a great opportunity for these young men and women out there on the ball field.
The ultimate goal is to keep them coming back. After minor B for a couple years, you get minor A, and then you get majors, and the goal is to keep them coming back.
Well, they certainly do. So it looks like we are off and running here. The ball's in call, and the batter headed out that way. That is number 24, Braden Gadberry, the first one to face Kenson Johnson, and let's see what he has. That one down and dirty for ball number 1. Bounced a little bit before the plate. But that ball had some smoke on it. This kid can hurl the ball well. So 1-0 pitch. Here's the delivery, and that one inside but swung on for strike number 1. 1-1 now the count. Kenson working quickly. Here's the delivery. That one, strike number 2. So the 1-2 pitch now to Braden Gadberry. Kicks, fires. That one, and inside, and a smoker for a 2-2 pitch. So 2-2 now the count on Braden Gadberry as we get started here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one delivered right across the plate for strike number 3, and Gadberry is going to go down looking. That's going to bring up number 17, Callan Bell. You got it, buddy. Stay in there, Callan. Swing hard, big guy. Swing fast. Swing fast, bud. That one well outside for ball number 1. That ball banging the backstop. So the 1-0 delivery. That one swung on and a miss and an inside pitch for strike number 1. A little faster, Callan. Start early, buddy. That one swung on and a miss for strike number 2. Callan, you got that, bud. Start early. Start early. Swing hard. If it's good, take it. So the 1-2 pitch to Bell. That one looked a little bit low, but the coach is going to call it a strike. So strike 3, and that's going to ring up the second batter for Kenson. That one was a low pitch, would not have been called a strike if Bravens was out there calling those balls and strikes. So 2 away now in the bottom of the 4th inning, and still 5-7, Red Riders on top. That one high inside, and ball number 1. That one high inside, ball number 2. So 2 in and out of the zone. That one in there, strike number 1. So 2-1 now. That one down low and on the inside corner for 2-2. That one rung up for strike number 3, and that one might have been a little high in the zone strike area. So that is going to take us now to the 5th inning. So we are just now at 1 hour and 41 minutes of play. It's going to be up to the coaches to determine whether or not we're going to play a 5th inning, and we'll see what the dugouts look like. Looks like we are going to get going again. So we're going to see the top of the 5th inning as we were able to get it started before 1 hour and 45 minutes of ball play. And Sawyer Rhodes is going to be back out on the mound.
Yeah, you'd be scared. It's not going to actually hurt you now, but it was scary.
So here we get warmed up now to get into the top of the 5th inning. Sawyer Rhodes still on the mound for the Red Riders, and around the play, Wyatt Arndt's back there at first base. Levi Ruperto playing second. Peyton Bravens over there at shortstop. Andrew Cisneros at third. Jaden Blondin out in left field. Max Rivera center left. Braden Gadberry center right. And Callan Bell out in right field. Your defense for the Red Riders as we get started here at the top of the 5th inning.
You beat us twice. We're on the 2 weeks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the top of the 5th inning. The Red Riders still on top, 7-5 over the Flyers as we get ready to face batter number 13. And that is going to be Sawyer Rhodes out on the mound for the Red Riders. Kicks, fires, the delivery, and that one high and inside, ball number 1. Here comes the delivery, swung on and a miss. That's going to be strike number 1. A great pitch by Rhodes. So the 1-1 pitch. From Rhodes, kicks, fires. Foul! Tip down the first base side, and that one had a little bit of height on it. That one got all the way over the home team dugout and kept on going. So here comes the 1-2. Low and outside. 2-2 now the count. Rhodes sitting even. So 2-2 now the count to our first batter here at the top of the 5th. Swung on and a miss, and that's going to send number 13 down. So ring up a strikeout for Sawyer Rhodes. And as a couple of ponies ride by out there in the outfield, we are on our next batter here, top of the 5. One away. Rhodes fires and delivers and swung on and a miss for strike number 1. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Swung on and a miss, strike number 2, as Rhodes is starting to feel his way back to the plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, one away. That one high, inside, and ball number 1. So 2 great pitches followed by one that got away from him a little bit. Ringing up a strikeout on the first batter. Let's see if Rhodes can do it again. Here comes the delivery. That one in there for strike number 3. So that's going to put 2 away for Rhodes in the top of the 5th as he looks to try to close the Flyers out. So 2 away now, nobody on the bags, and 2 strikeouts consecutive for Sawyer Rhodes as he looks to try to close this game. Here comes the pitch. That one high, ball 1. Here comes the next one. That one outside for ball number 2. And as we get ready to go, we've got 2 balls and no strikes, and the crowd looking to get to Taco Tuesday. That one in there for strike number 1. So 2-1 now. Here comes the delivery from Rhodes. Fires. Swung on and a miss. Strike number 2. So Sawyer Rhodes just 1 strike away from closing out the 5th inning here and sending the Red Riders home with a W. That one outside, ball 3. So a full count now, 3-2 with 2 away. And here comes the delivery. That one rung him up, and strike number 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to close it out, and the Red Riders put a W in the column. They kill it on top, 7-5 against the Flyers in a well-fought game by both. And as the young men line up to start shaking hands, Sawyer Rhodes delivered for the entire Red Riders team. Great defense today and some great run support on their bats. Ladies and gentlemen, that ends it for Tuesday's game. I hope you go out and enjoy some tacos. The Red Riders on top, 7-5 against the Flyers. Sweetwater Valley Little League, Minor B. Thanks for joining us.